Hancock was in the big theater.
I know.
That would be fun.
Let's go see a movie.
Okay, y'all. I have a revelation. I'm about to revelate to y'all real quick. Like, all right. So, me and my sissy, do you want to be on camera? No?
I don't know.
Oh. So, we was talking, right? And I can have my own supply. So, I was listening to myself. And honestly, it's because I can tell when the Lord is like saying, like, I'm hearing faster than I can even talk.
Mhm.
So sometimes in order to like catch it and then do like a short podcast or whatever, I go back and watch. I used to not like watching myself, but I see that's a trick of the enemy, because it's like, if you don't like, I don't know, that's a whole other subject. But the point of this video, it says, I put this title on here, and this is a very silly title. Uh-oh.
That's why you fat.
That's why you fat. Now listen, it's these little kids on the video. Some of y'all are gonna be like, oh my God, this is so rude. Listen, we're not talking about physically
Right.
in your body, clearly. Right? I just put that title there because it was funny. And I knew to make you click on it. But guess what? Okay, there's a scripture that says somewhere, where is it? It's better to give than to receive. Let's go. Right. My sissy, she I don't know why sissy entertains me. So this, I was telling my sister, I said, a lot of times when we're getting information from these classes and from these live streams and from all of this stuff, you're filling up. A lot of times we're really, really full. So when I say fat, I'm meaning like you're full. You're stuffed with information. How many guys have been feeling like it's too much information? It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. And this is gonna go 5 different ways. When you're receiving, a lot of times, and we live in this culture where it's just about what can I get.
Yep.
I know y'all not gonna like this message, but we literally live in a culture where it's a whole lot of gimme, what can I get. Even in sales, it's like a known thing. When you're trying to sell something, it's what's in it for me. When you're talking to a person, a lot of you guys are trying to sell stuff, for example, in business, and you're like, I've been licensed for 25 years and I have traveled to the world. The person that you're talking to doesn't care, because the only thing they need to know is, why is this relevant for me? What's in it for me? Now, that's a rule. You got to know how to like do this thing. You know what I'm saying? That's normal of what's in it for me in sales and marketing. But there is a principle that is true and true and true and true and true and true. It's tried. It don't matter if you don't believe in Jesus. You see people who don't believe in Jesus, they will tell you this. You are supposed to be a giver. Now, most people don't like this conversation because they equate giving to money. It's not about just money. Seeds are seeds. You're giving words, you're giving time, you're giving money, you're giving resources of some sort. You know, it's just, you reap what you sow.
Yes. What a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Come on. It's whatever you're putting out, you're getting it back. So if you've accidentally, because a lot of people have accidentally become just receivers. All you do is receive. I remember one time I was talking to a hairdresser and I was like, when the last time you did a customer appreciation? She was like, I don't do that. You don't get them people some conditioner or something free? She was like, girl, no, I need my money. That's why you're struggling in your business. Because see, me, if you come to me every week, I'm always going to just give. It's not even about your regular appointment price.
Right.
Like, because you're coming all the time, I'm going to sew into you. I'm going to go the extra mile in the appointment. It's just bottom line. Now, also, just because you came and you paid for your appointment, I'm going to give as much as I can give. I'm going to get like, what? You have to be fiscally responsible to your business, for example. But you can't be the type of person where you only give if somebody do something for you.
Right.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But people live like that.
A lot of people.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Me and Sissy argue about who gonna give. Me and Gigi, we stay arguing about giving. Gigi, if I go to her house right now, Gigi will literally let me, if I came for a month, she would never ask me no question. I got a room, my car at her house. Let me go get my car. All my stuff at her house. I try to give her money, she'd be like, Keisha, what you doing?
Right.
Like, why are you doing that? And then during the day, like, it'd be like, you want to go eat? And she'll try to play. Why are you paying? We are like, we always trying to overgive each other. What is going on? The reason why a lot of people are full and fat in the mind, in a sluggish way, slobbish way.
Right.
You've received so much and you're not a giver.
Right.
The Bible says, what does it say? Acts 20 and 36 or 35. It is more blessed to give than to receive. It is more blessed to give than to receive. So when I was saying this earlier, it's like I saw people and they were just receiving, but they were never sowing because they was too busy consuming. We live in a consumption era. So if you find that you are feeling stuck, I'm going to inspire you today. I want to encourage you today to go give. And so I started telling my sister, I said, man, think about it. I went and gave to Lisa Nichols. Lisa Nichols is a multimillionaire. I went and gave. I bought makeup that she needed. I went and did things that I saw needs, and I just went and did it. I didn't do it and start saying, well, now listen, I did what I could do, because some of you guys also feel guilty. You're carrying a lot of guilt about what you can't give.
And that's why it doesn't have to be monetary.
Exactly.
You give what you have to give. It might be time. It might be love.
I gave it all. I gave it all. I went based on what I could give. When I say gave, I paid my way to go to her event, to put lotion on her feet, and when I saw the need, I just went and grabbed it because I could. Okay, so that was my giving. But the majority of it is time. And it's like, I took off work. So I canceled money to go and serve. Best thing I could have did.
Yeah, it's a seed.
It was a seed. I sowed so many types of seed. Also, I'm blessed because the level of sacrifice. You guys.
Which is a seed.
Yeah. Jesus God gave his son.
Yes.
That was a sacrifice. Abraham was asked to give his own seed. That was like the biggest thing he could have gave. Abraham, I mean, what? My son? I just barely had this kid. This mine.
Yeah.
Oh, the Lord say, give it here. Oh.
Yeah.
Your whole kid.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do when the Lord asks the thing that you love the most? See, in the kingdom of God, it's about giving. And it's not just money. And we also need to be comfortable with money. Can we talk about money without somebody starting talking about, no. Listen, are there shady people? Yes. So what? Who cares?
Right.
Like,
it's not how they receive it. It's how you give it. So as long as your motive is you give with the right motive, you're going to be blessed.
And don't put no limits on your receiving.
Yeah.
You don't have to put expectancy. I gave to Casey, so now Casey needs to give to me. No, I gave because I was moved by the Spirit to give, and the Lord will always provide. He's my provider. He's the source. So the Lord's going to make everything happen. Bottom line. First of all, that's an ignorant comment. A lot of this video is contradictory. First of all, you're supposed to give in private, not in pride. But I'm not addressing ignorance. You and your sister. Let me tell you about my sister. Give her name. I don't understand. Who is this? You're about to get blocked. That's an ignorant statement. And clearly, you probably somebody who ain't blessed. We're going to be on the blessed side over here. On the blessed side, we can speak about it because our lives have changed because we are givers. It doesn't matter if no one knows that you give. For example, when you go to work, you're giving time and they're giving you money. The reason why I say you're fat, this is why I say that. because you're full and you're actually not sowing seeds. If I'm only receiving and I'm not sowing any seeds of any sort, girl, you know I'm always speaking my mind. Nobody worry about no sin, seed, love, whatever that person's name is. But we'll actually stay around. You may learn something. Listen, here's the thing. If you're not sowing seeds, where will the fruit come from? Where will the harvest come from?
Right.
Where will the multiplication come from?
Right.
God is a multiplier. So it doesn't matter, again, what are the types of seeds?
Time, love, energy, financial,
giving, whatever you give.
Whatever you have to give.
Whatever you give. You don't give to make an announcement, duh.
Right.
And if people do that, so what?
Yeah.
Do you know who? You know, it's you're giving energy. Like I just gave that food energy. You give energy to things that actually don't matter. Like, what if my sister was the type of person, and she ain't, because this help, she gives. Who she gives, child. I know her giving, right? But what if she was the type of person where she posts everything she gives? I'm not about to be like, oh my God, she's always posting what she gets. Who cares? And do you know there are some things you need to share because it inspires people and it empowers people? That's not for nobody else to judge, by the way. But the reason why you may be feeling full, heavy, little fat in the spirit in a bad way is because you've only been receiving and it's time to sow.
Yeah.
You need to go plant some seeds. You need to go and get started. Throw them seeds out there, baby, because it is a blessing. So much of, I just love getting older. I love it because it's like, you look at your life and it's like, all these blessings I'm reaping now is a result of seeds that were sown way back then.
Right.
Yo, kids, blessed. They don't even know how blessed they are because of the way she trains them, because of the seeds that she's planting now. Her kids,
right.
It's a done deal.
That's seeds.
That's
what I was trying to explain the other day. It's like a lot of people see my children now at age 16 and 14, and they can run my entire home. But those are not seeds that I planted yesterday. Those are seeds that I've been planting since they were babies. And now they're becoming to flourish. You know,
you get to experience some fruit.
Yeah, they're blooming.
Of responsible kids.
So those are seeds, and you're not going to always see your seeds immediately. The fruits of your seeds immediately. It takes time, but you have to continue to just trust that you sowed that seed, and it'll eventually bloom.
And the question is, am I a giver?
Yeah.
Bottom line, most people don't give, for example, in the category of serving. So I serve, like I literally go into serving mode all the time. Most people think they have a problem with it. They start because of things that have happened. I understand why, because you don't want to get taken advantage of, you know, or some of it is pride. You know, I ain't about to be doing all that. Ain't nobody about to be doing, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know why people don't serve, but like for me, I don't know. You just do it.
But you serve with the right spirit. And so that's why you don't have to worry about it. And that's why people come and serve you.
This is true. This is true. Everything I do and
you don't even have to look around. You look around and it's like,
boom, people
what
be right
you
there.
have, what you need is
multiplication.
Yes.
Because I sowed it.
And that's what you reap.
Because
you reap what you sow.
My God today. My God today. My God today. It is a principle.
It's a law. It's like, even if it's not, you don't even have to like think about it from a spiritual perspective. It works. It's a law.
It's like
principle. It's like,
and so we were just sitting here and I'm like, I don't think people get it. Like, if you're only receiving all the time, how will anything be multiplied? How? You never planted no seeds. I hope the seed thing actually lands in the minds and the hearts of the people.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people just don't get it.
Yeah.
Seed goes over their head. But y'all do get it. Like when you plant a seed, multiplication happens.
From the seed that you planted.
Right. So if you plant bad seeds, because you can plant bad seeds too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Talk about it.
Very true.
You can.
You reap what you sow. So if you're sowing bad seeds, then that's what you're going to reap. And again, those might not bloom right away, but eventually, because it's a law, they're coming.
My God, today. So sometimes, you know, they call that karma. But in general, it really is. Sometimes you're experiencing something today because of some seeds you sowed
Yeah.
that weren't good seeds.
Mhm.
And so when you realize that you're in that moment of reaping what you
Yeah.
sowed, don't condemn yourself.
Right. Because
Just
we live in grace.
yes. And you
Right.
have to go, okay, this is happening because I allowed this or I sowed that seed. So you know what? Thank you, Lord, for the lesson.
Right. And from this point,
I won't.
Right.
Here's
sow
how I'm
good
going to be
seeds,
different.
fruitful.
And then I challenge you, because this is what I like to do. I always like, I remember one time I was so frustrated. I said, Lord, let me write down a list so you can make sure I'm sure you're sure. So we all clear. This is me talking to the Lord. No one else is in the room. Let me be very clear on the principles that I have learned. And here's what I'm going to do by faith. I'm going to sow in this manner by faith to clear this up. Now, see, y'all, I don't know that y'all understand that. I hope y'all understand that the reason why a lot of times people are not receiving what you want to receive because you're not a giver. So you full of some of everything, but you don't plant no seeds. And this would have happened with a lot of fearful people. You never plant seeds. You never like take no action. And you're full of so much information. You just keep taking, receiving. And taking and receiving is not a bad thing. It's neutral. It just is what it is. If you're constantly, for example, if you go to church for 50,000 years and you do basic sowing, but even if you sow in the wrong spirit.
Yeah. Right.
Because you can sow, y'all know y'all, you can sow in the wrong.
You can do the right thing the wrong way.
Ooh!
You got to do the right thing the right way.
And you could just not have the knowledge on why you're doing it.
Right.
A lot of people give offering and they don't understand what offering actually is.
Right.
And we should teach more on it because, but it's like, I had to learn how to articulate it because I just understood certain things by spirit versus like articulation, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So anyway, you can sow in the wrong way and nothing happens. And so you've been doing the same thing and you're just looking, but it was the wrong mentality. So we just have to be careful, y'all. We have to be careful that we are being givers of all sorts. That's why I feel good when you go volunteer. It feels good when you go and do whatever. It just feels good. You're opening up a space. I feel like in the atmosphere, you know, like I feel like you're just opening a door. And God is going to open up a door that nobody can shut because of the seeds you plant. You never know. You could have helped somebody 10 years ago and you run into them again and they be like, hey, you that same person. Come here. I work here now. I own this now. Come this way. Come that way. It happens all the time. It is better to give.
Yes.
It is better to give. And I want to, we're going to pray against this mentality of the spirit. The enemy is going to make you feel a lot of times, not you, I mean, whoever. The enemy the voice will rise up and will be like, easy for that person to say they're the one reaping all the benefits, or, you know, I don't want nobody to take advantage of me, or like, especially when it comes to church, like, of course, the typical thing with giving in church people is like, they just taking folks' money, you know, and we're not just talking about money, right? But in general, in a relationship, I realized when I started hanging with Miss Shalette, I tell Miss Shalette this all the time. When I saw how she was in her friendships, I said, I have not been giving the way I could in my friendships. I was convicted. And then I started to seek to be a better friend. Let me go be a good friend. So I started looking for the opportunity to plant good friend seeds because I was a good friend.
That's good.
But I saw her, I said, oh, look how you're being a friend. I don't be like that. And I saw myself and I said, oh, I have to do better.
Wow.
So I went
seeking for the opportunity to sow.
Look for the opportunity. So
That's
now
good.
I'm going to try to be a good friend. A better friend. Because I wasn't a bad friend. But I had just gotten to where it wasn't even that I just didn't realize you could do like how they was doing in their friendships. I was like, wow, nobody don't. But then guess what? You know why? Because I was closed off. There was a part of me that was closed off. Because it's like, I didn't let anyone get too close to me.
Yeah.
So because I didn't want to get hurt, because I didn't want to be dealing with no drama. Whatever the reasons are, I was closed off. So I couldn't even receive the benefits of the amazing friends that I had. Because so here's a whole nother problem when you can't even receive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, this thing runs through every category of life. In your dating, look, Bianca. Bianca said, "Oh my God, stop speaking to me." Like I had to look at, and I love Michelle for that, because I was like, look at the kind of friend you are. I was like, and that's still my homie. I called Michelle when I was going to LA. Hadn't talked to Michelle forever. Soon as I said I need you, she was like, she got on the phone, called around Los Angeles, started sending me resources and everything. Just the best friend. You know, and it's like, you guys, now she's doing me that way also, and because I sought to be a wonderful friend. So I sewed into her kids. And when I say so, as in you spend time, you give love, you give attention. I'm teaching. I'm looking for, how can I elevate you? How can me and her, we had each other back. It's just like, how can I be a better giver? Even at your employed job. Just because they pay me don't mean I'm going to be lazy. So I want to be the best, everything they tell me to be. I want to be the best. I want to be the happiest. I just want to be the best.
Right.
Because God is the best. And I'm a reflection of the Lord. So it's only the best, only the best, only the best. Yes, yes. Only the best, only the best, only the best. Yes, yes. Only the best. Hey, now here's the thing. That's a song I made up in my head. I sing to myself. And the lyrics say, I give nothing less. Because I give nothing, my spirit be teaching before I even catch up to my brain. I used to sing this song at opera time, Sissy. Everything you need is in the sea. It's in the sea. And I didn't know what it meant. But I got the song. I was a kid. And so whenever it was offering time, the bishop would just let me sing out loud. I just bust out singing in church, like, everything. And everybody just starts singing around. So I would often just sing songs in the middle of church, and everybody would join in. And it just was in my spirit this morning. And I'm like, I didn't even know the magnitude of what I was singing. Everything you need is in the sea.
My God. Wow.
We're going to keep having these seed conversations.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so good. I pray that you become skinny because you give so much.
And sometimes you have to teach the giver to receive, vice versa.
All day long. We have to do that.
Yeah.
We have to do that.
Yeah.
We ain't mastered this, y'all. But we just realized a lot of blessings that we have, it looked like one thing, like, for example, on social media, but it's like, we just blessed because we give a lot. So you reap the life of a giver.
Yeah.
And there's always new levels of everything. If there's no new levels, it's dead.
Right.
Evolution. So I'm working on being a better receiver. I'm working on being a better giver, because I still could give more.
Yeah.
I could be doing more with kids. I could be doing more. There's so much more to give. We serve such an abundant, limitless God. So the thing is really, ask God to show you one area that you can really just tune up your giving, like dial it up in your life, where you can give more of yourself. For God so loved the world, he gave. Abraham gave. Like, how many people gave? And then boom. Overflow happened. And I'm not giving to get. But what I realize is that what happens, what you feel when you give.
Yeah. It's fulfillment.
It feels so good. I have to learn how to receive. Yes. It's safe to receive. Say that, Bianca. It's safe to receive. In the manner that you give, it is safe to receive. It is safe. God is my provider. He's always, if he's providing something, he's giving it to you. And so you have to feel safe, because God can only do things through the men on this earth, right? Like, of course he can do whatever, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like in your life specifically, day to day, there's men with keys that unlock doors. So you have to say, you know what, Lord, I trust you. You're going to protect me. So it's safe to receive. You're my protector. You're my provider. That's why you got to know your scriptures. That's why you got to know your scriptures, because then you can just make your affirmations, the affirmations being rooted and grounded in the scriptures. You're just abiding in the word.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Well, toodles, my dears. I hope that you decide to not let your nails grow this long. Second of all, this is abomination right here. This is horrible. Second of all, yes, it's safe to receive. It is so safe to receive. It's safe to receive.
Yes.
It's safe to have more time.
Yes.
You know, I know people who literally, if they get 10 extra free minutes,
they
have to feel it, because they don't feel safe unless commotion is happening.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole nother word. I know women who work hard because they mad about their like dating life. So instead of fixing the dating life and making space to date, they just fill it and fill their life with stuff. And it's like, you want a man, but you don't even create the space to receive a man. It's safe to receive. I know people. I had a lady come up to me one day. People always crying me about stuff. Talking about this has happened to me several times, you guys, where people like was millionaires and then they lost everything. And so now they're struggling because they're just scared to be cut. They know how to go back and get in there. Once you do something once, you can do it again. Mm-hmm. But they just are scared to receive it because they don't want to mess it up again. Mm-hmm. So it's like, again, it's safe to receive. Mm-hmm. You can receive it. Mm-hmm. It's okay. Yeah. Some people, women especially, cannot take compliments. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Girl, you look so good. Girl, this old thing, this is raggedy. Girl, you come up with all these things. Thank you, but I just can't wait till I lose this stomach. They just said you're beautiful. Why you gonna go point out your stomach? Ladies, y'all know we be, girl, really, girl, this old girl, and girl, look over here, he's got a little rip over here. Why you pointing? They didn't point that out. It is safe to receive compliments. Mm-hmm. It is safe to receive money. Mm-hmm. It is safe to receive love. Yes. It is safe to have great sex. It is safe. It is safe. I know you're like, oh my God, sex. Okay, married people have great sex. Why are we even like, what? Listen, it's safe. It's safe to have fun. Do you know how many people I be watching them, sissy, and it's like, if they have too much fun, they start tripping. It's like, oh, Lord. Oh, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much fun. Calm it down. Hey. Since when did you be
fun police?
Fun police. Mm-hmm. It's safe. I want you guys to drop in the comments what it is safe for you to now receive. Oh, man. And we still on receiving. Be a good receiver. Be an excellent giver and be a good receiver. We don't need to be fat. We don't need to be anorexic from giving. We need to be right there in the middle. Mm-hmm. This is what the title was. That's why you fat. Because I just saw this person receiving so much. They were just like full. They were like really big and full. And I was like, oh. And I was like, Lord, what is that? And it's like, because they just only receive and they're not planting any seeds. I'm like, oh, seeds of time, seeds of all the seeds. It's safe to receive, and make sure you plant your seeds. It's time to eat. That's the whole word.